you can do it, you're right. If you think you can't do it, you're right. So that means out of every 10 Kenyans, 2 are financially healthy. When you're in a hole, you need to stop digging. No, wait.
Dada yangu.
Yeah,
Dada yangu.
No.
Hello, financial queens. Welcome back to Money Moves the Rich Woman Way, the podcast where we unpack the realities of building wealth and explore the stories, strategies, lessons, and of course, mindsets that drive financial empowerment, sustainable growth, financial freedom, and last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, generational wealth. If you are watching this podcast for the first time, it's an honor to have you around. Karibu sana. I go by the name Wendy K.E. And kama kawa, kama dawa, I am not alone on this set. I am joined by the beautiful, the bold, apologetic, one and only. Let me allow her to introduce herself.
Your introduction, Ninzito. My name is Talin Baraka. I am your co-host for today and always. Karibuni sana.
So, what are we talking about today?
Kama kawa,
Plug our
finances, how we are doing, how to make better financial moves as we go on, even as women and as individuals of the society, right, in this economy. Yeah, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, now that you're talking about the economy, we are talking about finances. I recently came across a very interesting conversation. Can you imagine the rate of savings has dropped from 74% to 68.1%? And something that is more shocking, that only 18.3% of Kenyans are considered financially healthy, which made me, think around the conversations we've been having where we are trying to talk to our audience about saving. But something that really caught my attention was, are we really telling as much as we are telling our audience to save, are they in a position to save? Because 18.3% of Kenyans being considered financially healthy, what is happening to the other percentage? Yeah. And it's something that really caught my attention. And I felt like it's something we should talk about.
Okay, so what do you feel? Do you feel like there's a solution to that? Or are you trying to get where the problem has been? How did we end up here? And for when you're dreaming a number sana, you've said which percentage?
18.3% of Kenyans are struggling.
18.3%.
Actually, 18.3% are financially healthy.
Okay.
Yes. And the rate of savings has dropped from 74% to 68.1%. You see, that's a huge gap.
18.3%
are considered financially.
So that's like not even almost 20%. At a 50
ifiki, sad. So and it's sad, yes, because I was like, where are we going wrong? Shida iko wapi? What could be the problem? Basically, we can't blame maybe the audience or somebody who is falling under the 74, point.
Tuko wengi hapo 70. Tuko wengi hapo 75.
Unafall wapi hapo kwa 74%?
But one day I shall rise.
One day utapatikana hapo kwa 18.3%. I mean, so yeah, looking at those numbers, it's scary, and I was just wondering, like, shida inaweza kuwa wapi? Because that's so alarming. That means that a majority of Kenyans are struggling to just meet their basic needs if they can't save.
So that means out of every 10 Kenyans, 2 are financially
healthy, and the rest
are struggling.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you see how alarming that is. Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
if people are struggling to put food on the table, it means they don't have money to save. That means at the end of the day, they'll have to rely on zinitwanga credit loans like Fuliza, the mobile uploads that we have on our phones. And then at the end of the day, when income comes, you end up uko kwa hiyo cycle ya kulipa the loan, and you don't have a chance to save at the end of the day, because now you have to survive. And what better way to survive? Go borrow a loan. Once you borrow a loan, you have to pay it at the end of the day, because it has a duration to when it's supposed to be paid, right? So you eventually get stuck in that cycle of unaboro, unalipa, unaboro, unalipa. So you don't have time to save.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I come with a different curve here.
Okay.
Right? Yes, it's alarming, and the government is doing that thing to us.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I feel like we need to move from saving being an option to saving being being a necessity, right? Because yes, like you said, if 2 out of every 10 Kenyans is healthy, that means most of us are surviving day to day, paycheck to paycheck, right? But you see, the like you always say, you cannot come out when you're in a hole. You need to stop digging, right? And you can never save your way to wealth, and we've talked about that so many times. But you have to start with saving so that you can have enough to invest. Because I'm assuming if you don't have enough to survive, definitely there's no day you'll wake up and be like, hi guys, now I want to go invest. Your mind will never ifika hapo, right? So our watu wanaongelea invest, they'll just be like lullabies, because at the end of the day, like na invest aje na hata hiyo pesa ya sapando sina, like mi niliamka nikijua God atanisort by the end of the day, ama nita hustle nione the na kula sapa, right?
And now you see, the thing is 18.3% are the ones who are financially healthy. The rest, hiyo percentage ingine yote wako kwa hiyo category yenye unasema.
Yes, I'm coming there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm getting where what I'm trying to say is the rest of us, because we are that majority, right? Your majority, you will not come out of that majority by saying, okay, yes, enyewe guys understand me, I cannot save because enyewe me I'm struggling, enyewe me my paycheck is 8,000, or me na aningi 600 per day. Let's go down that road, right? But if you say that you will never ever save, you will never ever invest, you will never ever, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, it's bad, right? But what is the solution? You can be watching us and you're like, anyway, yeah, I get it, I understand. 18, and then tunatoka hapa aje, right? So I get how alarming that is, and pole sana if that is the situation you're in, right? Because most of us are in that situation, or we've been to that situation at some point in our time, right? I remember for me, there's a time I was so broke, I envied matatu guys. I envied when you're napanda matatu. I was that broke, like, I was like, I have to walk to this distance, but how I wish I had that 30 bob to panda gari from car wash to town, right? So I'm not speaking from a place of, me, I was just born with silver spoon in my mouth. So I don't know. Kuna wenye nasemanga, as we are so struggling, I had to take a picky the other day. And you anacheza, right? Yeah. So the thing is, Sawa, we are in this place, and the taxes are only going higher, though we are trying to do our best to speak about it as youths. But kwa grao, they are going higher. House levy is not going anywhere. All those levies are not going anywhere, right? So how do we get into this hole? Yeah. How do we get out of this hole? Is by making your savings mandatory. Wacha kusema,
but sasa Faith, hata kama unasema hivyo, the thing is, money is not circulating, Faith. Money is not circulating, money is not in people's pockets. So what are they supposed to save at the end of the day if they don't have money in their pockets?
That's the thing, sweetie. We, like, if you don't see, there's this guy who said, this author, Walt Disney, say, if you think you can do it, you're right. If you think you can't do it, You're right, right? And I will just draw back to the story of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I'm sure most of you have read that book, most of you. And one thing Robert and Kim said is that by the time they were deciding to get out of financial debt, to get their financial freedom, they were not making much, right? Okay. But they said, out of every coin that comes into this house, there's something that has to be kept. And for those who have not read that book, there's also The Rich Man in Babylon, the richest man in Babylon, right? Where he says, if you have 10 pieces of gold, put away one. Don't negotiate, right? So it's not about, people assume you have to, that's what poor people or poor mindset people spend, then save what is left, right? But rich people save and invest fast, then spend what remains. Right. If you read that book, and I urge you to go read that book, it talks about we talked about budget so many times, right? Sure. And you're the one in control of your budget, right? It is you to say, okay, I have 3,000 coming in every month. And this 3,000 coming in, I will be saving 200. Before I budget, you 200 the way tax inakatwa before ifike kwa account yako, wewe pia ushajiambia hii 200 yenye naeka kando inatoka before nianze kuspend, before nianze kubudget, right? So ukitoa 200 kwa 3,000 unabaki na pesa ngapi? Unabaki na 2,800. So unasema hiyo ndio pesa umepata. Then unaanza unasema, okay, I need this, I need that, I need that. And the funny thing about a budget will always force you to prioritize your needs first. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Then from there, now you can now do the other things that you want, pole, right? So from that 200, from the rich man's story, he was saying, E1 gold coin you may put away, that was in that time. Yeah. E200 you may put away, no ni 200. Kesho itakuwa 400. Kesho ingine itakuwa 600, kesho ingine itakuwa 1,000. So you have to put it in yourself that E1,000, by the time inafika 1,000, this money, I'm going to have to replicate it somewhere. So now the hustle culture comes in, right? So unasema hii 1,000 inaenda kununua tray ngapi ya eggs, tray moja ya eggs, naenda kuuza. By the time inarudi 1,200, right? Or unasema katika hii 1,500 naeka tu ya emergency. Kitu kinifanyikia na nahitaji emergency naifanya, right? Fallback plan. Yes, fallback plan. Na hii 500 imebaki, hii wacha niendelee nikiona opportunity ama nikiona naweza uza eggs, nafikiria naweza fanya nini? Naweza chukua bail, naweza chukua
hii kitu unasema ni sawa, ina make sense. But kuna mtu mwenye ako kwa hiyo cycle ya they are stuck in debt, they have to pay debt. How do they start saving? Kwa sababu, remember when I started, I told you about people staying in this cycle where they have to continually borrow to survive. Juu kumbuka penye anafanya kazi, mshahara haijaongezwa, mshahara ni ile. But sasa economy na inafanya ile kitu, you know. Yeah, in as much as they want to save, inakuwa ngumu sababu mshahara ijaongezwa, pesa ni ile. So wako in this cycle of debt, ana borrow to survive, mshahara hii inaingia, analipa debt, tena ana borrow.
Sasa ndo tulisema doing the same things the same way and expecting a different result is what? Madness. Right? So no one said it was going to be easy to come out. Because ulijiingiza kwa hiyo shimo peke yako, right? No, wait.
Dada yangu.
No, Fuliza ili Safaricom ilikutumia message, Fuliza is available to you.
Kwanza tusijuzi wameongezea watu limits hapa mbaya sana.
But you're the one who went and decided, I can't do without this.
Sababu sina namna.
Sweetie, let me tell you something. Everything inakuanga important. Hakuna kitu yenye utasema hii kitu nataka si important. No, everything is important to you. Like we said, we're talking about mtu ashajieka kwa debt. Sisi tunaongelea mtu
mshahara ni yenyewe, mimi nataka ni save, lakini hata huko jobo sijiongeza mshahara, ama if ni mtu anafanya biashara is not doing so well because again the economy,
itabidi ujite mkutano. uangalie expenses zako na income yako, uone what are these things that are sipping. But that's one thing we talked about once. You need to track your finances, because most people don't even know. And I've had many speakers on finances talk about it. You don't know where your money goes. That's why unasikia mtu akisema mi sijui, nilijipata tu nimechukua fuliza because pesa haikutosha. Mbona pesa haitoshi? Pesa yako inaenda wapi? One, you need to jite mkutano,
uangalie deficit,
uangalie ni nini transport. And remember, we did it with you, right?
Yeah.
Because when we started this journey, we just sat and we decided, hey, we can't do the same things we've been doing. And one of the things most of us don't do, hata wewe mwenye na natakalia najua ufanye, is tracking your expenses to the coin.
You need to account for every coin.
Transport ililipa 50 bob. Nilipea huyo mama 30 bob. Alinismailia nikamongezea 50. You need to note down. You need to know where my money is going. And I remember the first month we did that. And for me, I realized, remember when I told you, I realized that so much of my money was going to piki. Careless piki. 50 bob, 100, 180, nini.
Saizo unaona ni kidogo. It's just 50 bob.
It's just 50 bob. It's just 30 bob. So it's just, by the time unakaa chini una compile for the whole month, una realize your piki imechukua 12,000. So first, know where is the leak coming from, right? 2, be disciplined to know enough. This one I don't need. This one trust me, within that what a budget does is it works within the amount you've given it, right? Right?
Yeah.
So discipline, you have to be, whether you like it, you have to just be disciplined to know, okay, this one I need, this one I don't need, right? Then from there, I'm telling you, money for saving. That's what I'm telling you. Every time you negotiate, a poor man spends fast, saves what is later. Trust me, you will keep on negotiating. You'll
always find an excuse.
Yes, there is no day. Whether there's no day, hata ule mwenye ana 100,000, trust me, ukimuuliza hiyo pesa inakutosha, atakwambia initoshi.
Na wewe you sit like, mimi nikipata tu hiyo 100k, just that 100k itakuwa imeniokolea, itakuwa imesolve so many problems I have.
Because the more the money you get, the more now things become open. Nowadays, sasa I think tumejua ile nini ya Jeff Koinange. Staki matumbo, I don't want to eat matumbo. Salary kishaingia, all of a sudden, hey, omena. Leo unafaa kula kuku.
Omena tududu.
What are those? So you see, one thing I believe that if you agree, because most of us we don't want to tell ourselves the truth. The truth is, you are the problem. But the good news is, if you are the problem, then you are the solution.
The solution. Okay.
Yeah. So within that, yes, you're in debt. Write down all your debts. Jua nina all mama njoki, yani these are all the debts I have. And then these are my expenses. These are the things that I need. I can't live without.
Okay.
1 month, observe yourself. This is how I spend my money. Then from there you can unajua hii I can remove. I don't have to use this. I don't have to use this. And like I said, don't debate. Just say mimi, and it doesn't have to be, but it doesn't have to be much. It can even be, for me I use percentages. It can even be me, out of everything that comes into my hand, 2% I save. It can be as little as that. Now 2% inaweza kuwa hata 100 ama 50 bob.
Because now what I'm getting from what you're saying is it takes intentionality.
Yes.
It takes discipline.
Yes.
For you to start the saving journey.
Yes.
But of course, one thing again we have to remind our audience is savings does not build wealth.
Yes.
You save to invest.
Yes.
Right? So we need to be intentional about how we spend our money, where we put our money, how we save our money. Then we don't have an excuse to not saving. Whether the economy is doing us shege, we have to save at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, anytime you wait for somebody to come and save you, whether it is a man, whether it is the government, anytime you wait for somebody else to save you, you've given them your power. So all you have are excuses. But you know what? Dunia, life, shule, life doesn't care about your excuses. Mama mboga atataka kujua sijui nini likufanyikia. Wapi 20 bob yake ya mboga? Una get, right?
Yes.
So it's, like I said, it starts with you. It starts with you. You are the problem, therefore you're the solution. So you really
the solution to your problem.
Yeah, you're the solution to your problem. Don't look outside, by the way. Because trust me, and I know this is going to hurt a lot of people. There are people who are thriving in this economy, whether the taxes are at 100 or whether the taxes are
16, the lowest 2%, they're still thriving.
That's still thriving, right?
So basically, you need to have a foundation.
You need to have a foundation. You need to take control of your finances. You need to take control of your finances. You need to sit down with yourself and say, it is me. And you need to accept that with that salary is enough for you, by the way.
I faith.
Lakini, you can start with there.
Lakini nikienda kupanda ako kapiki kangu. Si nini bei inakuwaga imeongezeka faith. Si ile yenye tulikuwa tunalipa in terms of when the economy is not doing well. Like for example, right now fuel price uko. That means transport, the transportation, whatever, wame hike pesa ya fare, right? So if I used to take boda at 100, pay for boda at 150, your 50 bob yenye ningeeka kwa saving, ndio hiyo imeenda kwa boda. So what you're trying to say is, kama ulikuwa unalipa boda, so na unaona boda imepanda, look for another means of transport that is way cheaper, that at least falls kwa hiyo bracket ya 100 bob. So for example, if you are taking piki and it's so, kama kuna tuk-tuk for example, and tuk-tuk siku hizi pia zina operate kama matatus, right? And from your place to town, it's maybe 50 bob. So at least, in fact, you're even going to save more compared to, because kama ulikuwa unapanda boda at 100 bob, right? Umeamua kutumia tuk-tuk. So you have 50 bob extra to do what? To save, and the 50 bob that you would have added kupanda piki 150. So you have a total of 100 shillings to save. So basically inarudi tu kwa ile point yako, there is no excuse.
Yeah, hata kama bado unapanda boda, you might find somewhere else yenye unajua boda sasa ni 150. They might decide si kila siku nakula kuku ama nyama, right? The one thing about like our financial podcast in general, and just anybody who sits in front of you telling you about your finances, is at the end of the day, there is no one fits all, right? Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. It starts with you and it ends with you, because only you know how much you earn, when unajua ni nini una spending on, and what is, because there's some people who need that pikipiki at the end of the day, right? For them, wanaishi interior yenye niyo pikipiki na niyo pikipiki, right? But you can see, look at your finances and see, hapa kwa snacks, wacha nipunguze budget kidogo. Kama nimekuwa nikikula snacks ya 300, wacha sasa nikule snacks ya 150. Because huku kwengine kumepanda. And let me tell you, inflation does that thing. And things are just going to get higher. In a perfect economy, when you used to be in school, business, kwa tafunza oligopoly market. Perfect economy where,
I know.
Perfect economy ndo yenye prices go down.
Yeah.
But you're not in a perfect economy. Because why? Because of something called greed. Nani mtu tataka hakuna mtu tasema ati mimi sana, because life is getting hard for you guys, mimi sana shukisha services.
Because imagine as you suffer, somebody else is banking, making money out of your suffering. So at the end of the day, it's enyewe, it's a rat, inaitwanga a rat race. Yes. And it's man eat man society. So mwisho wa siku is ni nani atapenya. So enough with the excuses, just get up and do it.
Yeah, and be kind with yourself as you do it, but you have to be real with yourself. You have to be real with yourself. And like I said, you have to change your mindset. It all starts here. It all starts here. In the mind. So you can't spend and then save what's left. If you've been doing that, it's not been working, because every day you've been finding another reason to spend that money. You have to decide to yourself, okay, I'm going to get out of this hole. How? I'm going to save this percentage, or I'm going to save this amount every time I get this money, and then I'm going to spend the rest.
So the thing is, you can only spend the money you have. You can only spend what you have.
Yes. And like I said, kama umekuwa ukichukua madeni, wachana nazo. Now uanza kulipa deni.
Kiamua ni 100 every month, facilitate your deni, so be it. Like, just find a balance so that at the end of the day, you're also not struggling because you're paying debt.
Yes. And the thing is, they will not kill you.
They'll not kill you.
No, you have to pay. Yeah. I'm just saying, they'll not kill you because you didn't pay today. Ni binadamu, si ndio kuna deni yako, mko na deni yake. Mwambie najipanga, right? One of the things that stood out when I read The Richest Man in Babylon is, there's a lady who who asked a man, right? He was in debt. Alikuwa, go read that book, guys. He was in debt, and he was at a place where he's working for someone because he's in debt. He's a slave. And then the woman, the wife of the owner asked him, because this guy was like, how do I get out of this? Like, I've messed my life. Misioni, fuliza upon fuliza, watu mshwari wanakupigia.
Anaona amefika ukingoni.
Simu ndio inafungwa. And you're just like, mimi, my life is done. Akamuuliza one question. Do you have the heart of a free man or the heart of a slave? Wow. Because if you have the heart of a free man, you might be a slave, but trust me, you will get out. You will get out, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, because you believe that you're free. You believe that you are the attitude of rich dad, poor man is, I'm a rich man. How does a rich man reason? Yeah, because I am a rich man, I don't act certain ways. Because I'm a rich man, I don't do certain things, right? But if you, hey, it's poor, I'm poor, the economy is bad, hey, Kasongo is killing us, you will keep on going. Yeah, hakuna mali utaenda, because at the end of the day, that cycle will keep on repeating. There's nothing different you're doing. You're crazy, sorry to say, because you're doing the same thing and expecting a different result. But if you have the heart of a free man, you say, okay, yes, I'm in chains, I'm in debt, but I'm gonna get out. How do I get out? It's not I can't afford it, it's how can I afford it? It's not I can't save, it's how can I save?
Mindset. We have to shift our mindset.
Yes. Okay. It's not salary ainitoshi, it's how can
I make it tosha?
Yes. Because you have to make it work now for you to make it work later. Because that's save, like we say, we don't save to be rich, we save to invest so that we can be rich. Financially, right? Because when you invest is when that money comes inakuja na watoto. It's like, I like that analogy that the money that you keep away, you don't let go of that money until it comes back with grandchildren. Okay. Unaget? You stop viewing money, your pesa umeka kando, you stop viewing it as money to spend. You view it as like a worker.
We save lakini
ni employee. Now it becomes an employee working for you to get you out of poverty. Right? And this employee needs to work for you and give, by the time, whenever you're going to send it to work, it has to give birth to children and grandchildren before you use it. So come and need 200 shillings. Need 200 shillings, need 200 people working for you. And these 200 people, you're not using them, you're not resigning them from their jobs, or you're not firing them until they bring back your profit, and they come with brothers and sisters, or they come with children and grandchildren. Okay. Right?
In short, it has to multiply.
It has to multiply, whether it is through MMF, whether it is through whatever you choose.
Whatever you choose.
Yes. Yeah. Right? Because it's not our place to tell you, invest in this, do this. Some of you will sue us, It is upon you, because you're intelligent, right? The real estate between your ears is the same for everyone. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And I know our environments shape us, but I'm telling you, where there's a will,
there's a way.
There's a way. You'll find a way. But when you don't see any light at the end of the tunnel, you won't care. You will just be scrolling and sending angry tweets, and your life will still be the same.
Keyboard warrior.
Keyboard warrior. And na mimi nani, right? But we are here because you want a different destiny or a different future, both for ourselves and our
generations to come.
Yeah, and our generations to come, right? So yes, you are where you are because of the decisions you make, but guess what? You can be where you want to be because of the decision you decide to make today.
So the decision, karibu nianze kushema hapa. The conversation is hot. Mpaka feet sana sweat, guys. Hey, it's hot in here.
I'm hot and it's hot.
Yeah, sorry, Baz. Of course. So the decision lies with you as an individual. Like we said, just echoing what you have said, it all begins here in the mind. So you have to shift your mindset and change how you talk to yourself. Like you said, be kind to yourself. When it comes to finances, ni sawa, nimesha dig hii hole long enough, imeenda ni deep, imeenda ikaenda, but how do I rise above, how do I come out of this hole? So if it means kukata your budget, like doing away with things that miscellaneous. The things you don't need, because again, there are needs and there are wants.
Yes.
So if it's something you do not need, then you need to do away with it, right?
You need to be truthful to yourself about
it. Yeah. So it all begins in the mind, guys. And if you want to save, you can. Yes, you can. Just do what? Just do it. We had a guest here and she was encouraging us and saying, if you want to make excuses, by the way, at the end of the day, you will always have an excuse and you will get stuck in the same limbo for as long as you want to. But it's your personal choice. It's your personal decision to say, Sawa, it shall happen, it shall happen. What do we do about it?
And so many people have done it and are still doing it up today. There's so many self-made millionaires, even in a crisis, even in the economic crash, year 2009, 2008. There are millionaires who came out of that. How? By seeing opportunity, right? That's the only thing. Seeing opportunity and wanting it bad enough. Do you want to get out of poverty bad enough that you will face yourself and be disciplined? Or unasema tu? Because at the end of the day, not everybody wants to be rich. Do you know that?
True.
Not everybody wants it.
Yeah.
The people who want to be comfortable and to live the way they are, and it's okay. We are addressing the people who want a change. And if you want a change, it's possible. It just starts with you, right? And this is your sign that it is possible.
If you're waiting for a sign, voila, this is your sign.
In beautiful white and black. Right?
Okay.
So we believe in you and believe in yourself. You can do it. You can get out. There's no hole you cannot get out of.
Of course. And guys, as we speak, we are talking from a place of experience. We've both been there. We've dug holes, let me tell you. We've dug holes. But at the end of the day, we had to face reality. We had to face ourselves and tell ourselves the truth, which actually is what inspired this podcast, so that we can talk about our journeys freely without kukimbia, without being shy about the experiences we've had, the mistakes we've made, and the strides we've made at the end of the day. So yes, here we are. So when we speak, we are speaking from a place, yes, you can, it's possible, right?
And like always, even in your walk of salvation, for those who are saved, there'll always be temptations. Every day, Mkopa is there offering you things. So,
oh wow, and they are very
tantalizing.
Yes, and yani unakaanga tu hivi, message ishaingia, you are sijui what, sijui for a loan of sijui how much. Na unakaa tu chini unakumbuka zile mashida zako. Aki ya nani, nachukua, right? But again, at the end of the day, does it serve like
where you want
to go? Yeah.
Where do you want? It starts with you. What do you want to be? Like where do you want to be financially?
I want to be rich.
and it's possible. Once, when you say, if you think you can do it, you can. If you think you can't, you can't.
So basically, you have to invest. Your investment inaanza hapa, upstairs. You have to invest here so that it manifests.
Lazima umie. Lazima, whether people want to make it feel like greasy or nini. No, you have lazima ujinyime for a certain period of time before now you can. And it happened even for me. For a certain period of time, I ditched pikipikis. I was walking, right?
But anyway, ulikuwa na exercise, living healthy. You have to encourage yourself, through the process.
I know.
Because if you don't, you'll go back to the same limbo, the same cycle, right? So najambia, at least juu nilikuwa nataka kuenda gym, na sina hiyo pesa, juu budget yangu imefinyika, hii ni gym, yeah? This is my gym. This is me working out. So, yeah.
And you'll get out. So we need to wrap up.
Yeah, so that has been it for today, guys. And Faith has said and talked. And guys, if you wanasemanga mwenye akona masikio afanye nini? Asikie. Yes. So the power is within you. At the end of the day, you have to shift your mindset. You have to change how you think and how you view money. Please stop complaining. Stop making excuses. At the end of the day, yes, you can. That was it from me today. I was your host, Wendy K.E.
I was your host, Faith Stallion Baraka.
Oh, and remember to share and subscribe.
Inaka kama bloopers.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Bye.